Good evening, baseball fans. You are tuning in to Houston Astros Network, and we are here at Minute Maid Park for a matchup between our hometown Houston Astros, who are coming in this ballgame 39-21, first place in the AL West, taking on the visiting Minnesota Twins, who are dead last in the AL Central with a disappointing 22-40 record. There you see the skipper for the Minnesota Twins, Ron Gardenhire, and the lineup that he's put together for today's matchup, leading things off in center field, Peter Borges. Batting second, playing shortstop, Danny Santana. Batting third, playing left, Jock Pederson. And in the cleanup spot will be the first baseman, Juan Francisco. On the mound today for the Astros will be the right-hander, Jared Cosart, 6-1 in the season with a 3.23 ERA. 12 games started and 78 innings pitched. Very solid stat line for the right-handers. He has a very good season. And coming to the plate now to lead things off in this ballgame for the Twins is the center fielder, Peter Borges, who is batting .234 so far in the season with 4 home runs and 15 ribbies. He is batting basically the same, road at home, similar average, similar stats. And Cosart's getting set to throw the first pitch of the ballgame. Here's the kick. And the pitch from Cosart. That's a drag bunt from Borges. Cosart's going to feel this one himself. He fires over to first. And he gets out the speedy Borges for the first out of the ball game. 1-2 count now on Jock Pederson. Here's the kick and the pitch from Cosart. And that's going to be swung right through the 12-6 curve. Jock Pederson goes down on strikes. And that's your top of the first inning. Now we flip things around to the bottom half of the first, and there's Bo Porter, manager of the Houston Astros, and the lineup that he's put together in the center field will be leading things off Rafael Ortega, batting second, playing second, Jose Altuve, batting third, playing first, Kendrys Morales, and in the cleanup spot, spring is coming, George Springer. And on the mound today for the Twins will be the right-hander Kyle Kendrick, 2-4 in the season with a 4.31 ERA, and 12 games started, pitching 71 innings. And digging in at the plate now for the Astros is the center fielder Rafael Ortega, batting .250 so far in the season with no home runs and 5 RBIs for the speedster. Kendrick getting set now to throw the first pitch of the ballgame for the Twins. Here comes the pitch, and that's going to be slapped to the shortstop, Danny Santana. He makes the stop, fires the first, and he makes a nice play to get the speedy Ortega out for the first out. Now at the plate for the Astros is the first baseman, Kendrys Morales, who is batting .337 with 11 home runs and 38 RBIs. And that .337 batting average is enough to put him for second in the American League. The entire American League for batting average. Here's the kick. And the pitch from Kendrick now. That's going to be ripped into center field. And it's going to be right to Peter Borges. He puts that one away for the third out of the inning. And that's how the first inning would wrap things up here. Making his way to the plate now to lead off the top of the second inning for the Twins is the first baseman, Juan Francisco, who is a measly 3 for 22 in his last 5 games, and he only has 2 home runs and 17 RBIs in the season. Not too much production at the cleanup spot for the Twins. Here's the kick and the pitch from Cosart. That's going to be chopped to the right side of the mound. Cosart feels it himself, takes 2 steps, and he fires over to first. And that will be the first out of the inning for the Astros. There you see the AL West standings. The Astros are 39-21 in a cozy 6-game lead over second place Seattle. Texas and Oakland 10.5 games behind, and Los Angeles 13 games in last place. 2 out to the now 0-1 count. The kick and the pitch from Cosart. That's going to be slapped to the shortstop, Carlos Correa. He fires the first, and that's going to be the final out of the inning. That's how the top of the second would wrap up. We are heading to the bottom of the second. Springer, Carter, and Frazier due up for the Astros. Digging in now for the Astros, having a very disappointing season, is the DH, Chris Carter, batting .206 with only 7 home runs, mostly batting in the cleanup spot. Kendrick with the kick and the pitch now, and Carter gives us one a ride into deep center field, but that's going to be a pop-up into deep center to Borges as he camps under that one, and he puts that one away for an out. 2 outs now in the inning as Todd Frazier's at the plate now for the Astros. The kick and the pitch from Kendrick, and that's going to be slapped into left field, but it's going to be right to Jock Pedersen as he puts that one away for the 3rd out of the 2nd inning. And we are still scoreless at the end of 2 innings here at Minute Maid Park. Making his way to the plate now for the Twins is the catcher, the one bright spot on this team, Josmil Pinto, batting .300 with 3 home runs and 20 RBIs. He is currently leading the catchers in the All-Star voting. Cosart getting set. Here's the kick and the pitch. And that's going to be swung right through the cutter, down and away. He gets Pinto to strike out on the bad pitch. That's the 1st out of the inning. 2 outs now in the inning. 1-2 count here on Danny Santana. The kick and the pitch from Cosart. And that swung right through the cutter, high and in. And he sends down Polanco swinging. We are still scoreless, heading to the bottom of the 3rd inning now. Digging in the bottom of the 3rd now for the Astros is the left fielder Domingo Santana, newly called up, making his 2015 debut. He played a few games in 2014. This man originally came over to the Astros in the Cosart trade. Here comes the pitch from Kendrick. That's slapped into left field. That's down the line, but it's foul. Just barely foul. As Santana's going to have to get back to the plate now. 1-2 count on him now. Kendrick getting set. Here's the kick and the pitch. And that's going to be swung through the changeup way down the zone. Swings on a bad pitch, and Santana goes down on strikes. 2 outs in the inning now. Kendrick getting set. Here's the kick and the pitch. Carlos Correa slaps this one to Polanco at second. He fields that one on a slide. Fires the 1st. And that's how the 3rd inning would end, as we are still scoreless here after 3. 2 dominating pitcher performances going on today. Cosart working with a 1-2 count here on Danny Santana. The kick and the pitch from Cosart. That's going to be slapped into left field, and that's going to land for a base hit in front of Santana. That is the Twins' first hit of the ball game, and it comes off the bat of the shortstop, Danny Santana. 1 out in the inning still. 0-2 count now on Jock Pedersen. The pitch from Cosart. That's going to be called strike on the outside corner. He gets Pedersen locked up. 2-2 count now on Juan Francisco. The pitch from Cosart. Danny Santana taken off, and the throw is late as Danny Santana gets a stolen base for the Twins. Runner on second now for Minnesota. Full count on Juan Francisco. Cosart getting set. The kick and the pitch, and that's swung through the cutter up and in as Juan Francisco goes down swinging, as we are still scoreless through 3.5. Top of the 6th inning now, Jared Cosart working with an 0-2 count here on Chris Colabello. The pitch from Cosart is swung through the down and away changeup. Gets him to chase that one, and he strikes out Colabello. There you see the stat line for Cosart. 5.1 innings pitched. Only allowed 2 hits and 6 strikeouts on the day. Very solid stat line. He's had a very dominating performance on the mound for the Astros. 2 outs in the inning now. 1-2 count on Peter Borges. The kick from Cosart. Here comes the pitch. That's swung through the outway sinker. He gets Borges to strike out, as that's his 7th strikeout of the ball game. And we are still scoreless here through 5.5 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. 1 out in the inning, 0-1 count here on Carlos Correa. Kendrick getting set, the kick and the pitch. That's going to be slapped to the 3rd baseman, Trevor Plouffe. He fires the 1st, and it's going to get skipped past Juan Francisco. Correa rounds first, heads for second on the passed ball. He slides in safely. Runner on second base now with 1 out for the Astros after the throwing error from Trevor Plouffe. 0-1 count now on Rafael Ortega. Kendrick getting set. Here comes the pitch, and that's going to be ripped into center field. That's a base hit for Ortega. Correa comes home. He's going to slide in safely. That's the first run of the ball game off the double from Rafael Ortega. 1-2 count now on Jose Altuve. Kendrick getting set. Looks down Ortega at second. The kick and the pitch from Kendrick is going to be slapped down the left field line. That just barely stays fair. Ortega rounds third. He's going to score on the play. The throw to second. There's going to be a play, but the throw is a bit offline, and Altuve is able to slide in safely. That's an RBI double for him. 2-0 now Astros, as George Springer steps in the box now for the Astros. 2 outs in the inning, 1-0 count. The pitch from Kendrick is going to be ripped into right field, but that's going to be a weakly hit fly ball as Polanco runs back and he catches that one on the run. And they do get out of the inning, but not before the Astros strike for 2 as they take a 2-0 lead here at the end of the 6th inning. 3-0 count on Juan Francisco. The kick and the pitch from Cosart is going to be called a ball. Looked like it could have been called a strike. But that's going to be a 4-pitch walk as Juan Francisco is going to be on first now. 3-1 count now on Josh Willingham. The pitch, and that's also going to be a ball as Willingham takes his base now. And we've got runners on first and second with 2 outs for the Twins in the top of the 7th. 1-2 count now on Trevor Plouffe. The pitch from Cosart is swung on, and that's going to be ripped into right field. Springer collects this one, fires home, and there's going to be a play at the plate, and got it, slaps the tag on Juan Francisco. George Springer comes up with an absolute bullet, and he keeps this game scoreless as he bails Jared Cosart out of the inning. Still 2-0 Astros lead. Cosart working with a 2-1 count here on Josemiel Pinto in the top of the 8th. The kick and the pitch is going to be ripped, and that's out of here. No doubt on that one. He got out behind all that ball. That was all in the hips right there. As Josemiel Pinto connects for his 4th home run of the season over that left field fence. And as he rounds the bases, Jared Cosart knows that he still has a 1-run lead to work with. But we may be coming to the end of Cosart's day as we are getting farther into this ballgame. And that will indeed be the end of Jared Cosart's day as manager Bo Porter comes out to the mound, signals the bullpen that he wants the left-hander, and as he congratulates Jared Cosart on a terrific performance, they want to see if he can complete game. He will without a doubt be getting a standing ovation from the crowd. But coming into pitch now for the Astros will be the left-hander, the veteran Raul Valdez. 18 games appear with a 1-0 record, 1 save, and a 1.15 ERA. Very small ERA, best on the team. So he has been dominant in the 8th inning so far for the Astros this year. Working on Polanco. Here's the pitch from Valdez. That's going to be ripped right back at Valdez. Quick reactions as he gloves that one. Fires over to first. And now that's 2 outs in the inning. And they are suddenly 2 outs here. 1 out away from heading to the bottom of the 8th. 1-0 count now on Peter Borges. That's going to be ripped to the shortstop, Carlos Correa. He's going to have to fire this one, and he does. Showing off his arm there. Very nice play. But we still have a 2-1 Astros lead as we head to the bottom of the 8th. After the home run from Josemiel Pinto. And coming into pitch now for the Twins will be the left-hander Zach Duke. 23 games appeared with a 3.41 record. Runner on third now for the Astros. Jose Altuve at the plate. Duke worked with an 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be ripped right back to Duke. He stabs it and he fires over to first. And that's how the 8th inning would end. As we are heading to the top of the 9th now. Astros in the lead, 2-1. Top of the 9th, save situation. You know what that means. The right-hander Jesse Crain comes in the ball game. The dominant closer for the Astros. 25 games appeared, 21 saves in the season. Working with a 2-2 count here on Danny Santana. Crain getting set. Here's the kick and the pitch. And he's going to take that one right down the middle. That's going to be a strikeout for Jesse Crain. That's 1 out in the inning. There you see the AL saves leaders. Jesse Crain is 4th, tied for 3rd. 21 saves with Tommy Hunter. Only Uehara and Rodney above him. 3-1 count here on Jock Pederson. The pitch, and that's going to be lined back up the middle. Rafael Ortega is going to field that one in center. And the Twins have got themselves a base runner here in the top of the 9th off the bat of Jock Pederson. And Pederson is a stolen base threat as he currently leads the team in stolen bases. As he takes off for second, but he's going to have to head back as this is going to be hitting a deep center field as Ortega gets to that one. Pedersen heads back to first, and we are suddenly 2 outs away, 1 out away, 2 outs in the inning from an Astros win. 0-1 count here on Josh Willingham. The pitch, Pedersen takes off, the throw from Gaddis is there, but he slides in safely, just safe. Pedersen's got himself a stolen base. 2-2 count now on Josh Willingham. Crane getting set. Here comes the pitch, and that's going to be swung on, and it's just chopped back to the catcher, Gaddis. He fires the first, and that would be how the cookie crumbles in this one. Astros win. Houston led by the very strong arm of Jared Cosart in this one, as he picks up his 7th win of the season, and he improves his record to 7-1, really showing why he is the Astros ace. And as we head down to the field for our tops player of the game, Jared Cosart, nonetheless, is the player of the game. 7 innings pitched, only gave up 4 hits, 1 run, and 8 strikeouts on the day. Very solid performance from the ace, Jared Cosart. And with that being said, that'll wrap things up here for this ball game at Minute Maid Park. Don't forget to take a look at the box score on your way out, and also, don't forget to tune in next time here on Houston Astros Network.
Another tequila sunrise, staring slowly across the sky. Said goodbye.